what's going on, guys? I'm Kevin Muller. This is Cinephellas. I love the fall. I love the weather. I love the clothes. Football comes back. Let's go Giants. And, in the film community, this is the time when we get the big epic movies that are not summer movies. And also, we get a lot of Oscar hopefuls. Some of those Oscar hopefuls will go on to compete for the Oscars, and then some will just fall flat on their face. But I'm going to discuss with you my 10 personal films that I cannot wait until they come out. Let's get to it. Number 10, we have Wicked. Now, I'm not really a big Broadway guy. I have nothing against Broadway. I will take you in the show, but it's 40 minutes away and it's usually pretty expensive. But I've heard of this Broadway musical. Came out in 2003, originated with Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. This time we got Ariana Grande playing Kristen Chenoweth's role, and we have Cynthia Erivo, who hopefully goes to the next sphere. She is a fantastic actress. She was in this HBO show called The Outsiders. I thought she was great in that. She's playing Idina Menzel's role. John M. Chu, who did Crazy Rich Asians, which I've not seen, and the 2021 film In the Heights, which was a musical, and I thought he did a great job. He's doing everything here. He's on the director's chair. He has a lot to play with. You can see the money on the screen, on the trailers. And he has two really good performers. He has Ariana Grande and, as I said, Cynthia Erivo. I don't really have that much knowledge of the story. I have a little bit of knowledge, but I'm looking forward to this one because I always dig musicals that come out around the holiday season, and I think that they may pull this one off. This one comes out November 22nd. 24 years after the original, we are back with Gladiator 2. Ridley Scott is back in the director's chair. This guy knows how to do historical epics, properly staged battles. This time we have rising star Paul Mescal playing a role that was originated in the original movie back in 2000. He's playing Lucius. For you guys who don't remember, Lucius was the son of Connie Nielsen's character, who's royalty. He kind of had a rapport with Russell Crowe's Maximus. Now he's grown up, and in the original, Spencer Treat Clark played him. Again, I'm saying Paul Mescal is playing him here. So let's see if Mescal can basically run with the big dogs, and those big dogs are Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, and he's carrying a multi-million-dollar movie, but I think he'll be able to do it. And speaking of rising stars, everyone's favorite rocker from Stranger Things, Eddie Joseph Quinn, is in this movie. He's coming up. He was great in Quiet Place Day One, and he was just casted as Johnny Storm in the new Fantastic Four movie in 2025. I didn't really care for Napoleon that much. I thought that was all over the place, but Ridley Scott has a pass for me for that one because I just thought The Last Duel, which came out in 2021 and was my personal favorite movie of that year, that movie was incredible, and hopefully we get a little more from that jar than the Napoleon jar. And we'll find out when Gladiator 2 comes out the same exact day as Wicked, which is November 22nd. Gladiator was 2000, which is like 24 years ago. My next film, my number 8 choice, was 36 years ago, 1988. And of course, you probably know that I'm talking about Beetlejuice. Now, Michael Keaton's back, Catherine O'Hara's back, and most importantly, Tim Burton's back in the world that he created. And has more clout than he did back in 1988. In 1988, he was kind of a new director. Now everyone worships the guy. They're probably the art directors and the set designers on this thing were probably like, oh my God, I'm working with my favorite director who inspired me. I cannot wait to do this. I cannot wait to see, personally, how he expands upon the world that he created all those years ago. And most importantly, he has said in numerous interviews that he wants to keep this as practical as possible with little to no CGI, which I commend, and I can't wait to see if he pulls it off. Jenna Ortega, who was with him on Wednesday, she's coming in as Lydia, played by Winona Ryder, who is also back. But most importantly, Michael Keaton's back as Beetlejuice, a role that, as I've grown older and understood the art of making film and performance, the performance is incredible. It's classic. I cannot wait to see Michael Keaton doing this thing again. And we do not have to wait that long for this one. This one kicks off the fall movie season when it releases on September 6th. You may not like all of Robert Zemeckis' movies. You know, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Contact. He does have some stinkers personally that are in his resume, but the guy takes chances with technology, and I must commend him with that. And here we're going to see what he can do with this comic book. It was made in the 80s, and it is about a singular space. The camera does not move from one spot the entire movie. We see the spot. We see the spot start in the beginning of time with the dinosaurs, and it goes all the way through time to what seems to be the central plot of the movie based upon the trailers. Robin Wright and Tom Hanks, a young couple who grows from, 20 somethings all the way to old age. Of course, they had the facial technology, the aging technology. Tom Hanks was looking like he did in Big, and it was kind of crazy to see. And Robin Wright, it's kind of an unofficial Jenny Forrest Gump reunion. My question is though, is the visual trickery and the gimmick gonna cover flaws in the story? How is this gonna flow? Is being stuck in one position, is it going to be enough to captivate the audience and hold their attention? I have faith in Zemeckis. I have faith that since he brought in the big gun of Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, that we're in pretty good hands. So I am very interested to see this if it works. And this one comes out November 1st. My number 6 movie isn't some historical epic, some deep metaphorical film, not even a feel-good movie. My number 6 movie is full of blood, full of guts, and full of horror. And it stars everyone's favorite clown, Art. And I am talking about Terrifier 3. Now, the movie has like $1 million or $2 million budget, which is way above what it started from the first one. I've seen the trailer. It takes place in and around Christmas. So you're gonna have Art bring like havoc to that time of year. And I can't wait. That's really all I have to say about this one. I'm really looking forward to it. And I think a lot of the guys on the side are too. And we're gonna find out how it is on October 11th. It's been 5 years since Joker, the movie, took everyone by storm. For an R-rated movie to make $1 billion, that's a feat. That's an incredible feat. It also gave Joaquin Phoenix his first Oscar. Personally, he's my favorite Joker. But Todd Phillips, the director of the original, who is back for the second, he hasn't really done anything. He's been working on this one. It was kind of like, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? And he finally decided, what the hell, I'll do it. And if you know anything about Hollywood, the second film in a series with the same director, the director gets more power. So he has more room to basically show his creativity and his vision. And what I've heard about this movie is crazy. There are musical aspects of it that explains the presence of Lady Gaga, who plays Harley Quinn, who everyone knows is Joker's love. While I think there are musical aspects, I don't think it's going to overtake the movie. I think they're going to go in and out, and they're going to express their love through song within their own imaginations. But I'm looking forward to it because it's either going to be incredible and just push it to a next level, or it just could be very or bad. But either way, it's Todd Phillips' vision in full, again with little studio interference, and I'm in for it. And this one drops on October 4th. Francis Ford Coppola sold some of his shares to his famous wine company. He has a vineyard, and it's his name. It's Francis Ford Coppola Vineyards. Because no one would touch this project, and I'm talking about Megalopolis. If you've seen the trailer, you understand why studios would be hesitant to fund something like this. This is totally off the wall. What I've heard of it out of cons is that you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. There's really no in between. He has Adam Driver and a slew of people that he's worked from his past. Adam Driver can make the crappiest projects, seem somewhat redeemable. He's the best thing in the new Star Wars, in my opinion. And if you have been on this channel, you know how much I hate Rise of Skywalker, but he was good in that movie, and he made it watchable for me. Again, this can either be pretentious or groundbreaking, and I'm all in for it. And this one comes out September 27th. All right, so my number 3 is Anora, and is directed by Sean Baker, a director that I've just sort of come into over the last 3 or 4 years. He did Red Rocket, which was a fantastic movie, and The Florida Project. Both these movies show the underbelly of America and those who inhabit it. And what makes Sean Baker so special, he doesn't mock them. He tells legitimate, genuine stories, and they're humans too, and that's what he wants to show you. And in this film, we have Honora, played by Maggie Madison. I think she got burned to death in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Scream. I don't think she gets burned to death here. She plays a prostitute slash stripper who gets involved with a guy around her age, maybe 18, 19, 20 years old. They fall in love, they get married in Vegas, and soon after, his parents, who are Russian royalty, finds out, send hitmen or henchmen to get them and annul the marriage. Will true love last, or will it become tragic? Well, I'm really looking forward to this one. This one won Best Picture at the Cannes Film Festival, something that has not been done since 2011, where Terrence Malick's film The Tree of Life did it. And if anyone deserves it, as I said, I've been basically praising him, Sean Baker. Like, if I know how he's going to do this, it's going to be insane. It's going to be funny as hell, and it's going to be dark in places. So I'm looking forward to this one, and this one comes out on October 18th. Thanos, the Joker, Hannibal, Hans Gruber. Pick your choice. They're all villains that gave our heroes a run for their money. But what about time? In this film, time is the enemy, and that's how Jason Reitman approached this project, which is about the 90 minutes before the first SNL was aired, a show that's still on today. It's about to celebrate its 50th anniversary. But back then, Lorne Michaels was a young kid. He didn't know what he was doing. He got a bunch of comics, and no one believed in him. Everyone thought this was going to be a flop. And, behind the scenes, you had a different mix of personalities. All these comics had different styles, and they didn't mesh well together, some of them, specifically Chevy Chase. But I just want to say, whoever the actor is playing Chevy Chase, I think it's the guy who played the Riddler in the Gotham series. Based upon that trail, he's got it. He got Chevy Chase to a T. Gabriel LaBelle plays the young Lorne Michaels, and I'm liking how he plays. He's not really doing an impersonation, more of like an embodiment of him and how he must have felt at that time during his life. The script is looking like it's quick, witty, very Sorkin-ish, but hopefully the writers avoid the overabundance of melodrama that Sorkin sometimes puts into his projects. Jason Reitman could do funny and comedic all at once. The Scene Up in the Air, one of my favorite movies. I thought he did that very well. And most of all, the cinematography makes the whole project look like it's actually from the 70s when Saturday Night Live first aired. I'm very excited about this one. That trailer pumped me up when I saw it. It still pumps me up. And I've watched it online on the internet. I've seen it a bunch of times at the theaters. And it still gets my heart bumping. And, we'll see how this goes when this one drops on October 11th. Now, what could be the number one movie that I am looking forward to? There's plenty coming out. There's plenty that I did not mention because we have not seen trailers. There are film festivals going on where, certain films will be picked up and they'll start basically upping their popularity over the next month. But if I had to choose right now, which I'm going to tell you, my number one pick for my most anticipated film is Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. I've never seen the original movie. I know of the significance of it. I know the impact of the film community that it has. But I also know Robert Eggers. You had The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman. In his movies, the atmosphere and the overall feeling of his films are as big as a character as any one of those actors in any one of the three films. And he's got Bill Skarsgård, who was just in The Crow, and I think this is going to be a very big rebound for him because that movie sucks. He is playing the famous vampire Nosferatu. We got Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, William Dafoe, and among others who's seen Game. That trailer is incredible. I hope they don't release a trailer. They probably will release a trailer, another one, but I'm sold on the first one. The whole movie, this reeks of dread and darkness, and that's not something you want to feel during Christmas. I don't care. It's Robert Eggers. It's him making his passion project, and I'm all for it. I think the guys on the side are very excited about this one too, and this one drops on Christmas Day. What'd you think of my picks? Do you think I You think I missed one? Is there something that you were looking forward to that I didn't mention? Please let me know below. Come visit the site. We review the latest in video games, TV, and movies. Also, we do the podcasts. I am so excited for the fall. I love doing this. And I will tell you, all these movies I listed, you'll be getting both a video and written review. I feel that I have to dedicate that as a film lover. Anyway, thank you for watching. And as we say on this site, I am Kevin Moore, and cheers.